second part of the session where I will tell you about how to ensure Terraform code standards and security with TF Lint and Tfsec tools in GitHub Actions. I guess you would know about Terraform, so let me brief you about it. So, Terraform is a powerful infrastructure as a code tool that simplifies the process of automating infrastructure tasks across various cloud service providers and even custom in-house solution. So now you would be thinking like, what is TF Lint and TFSec and how it is helping it in our next part. So TF Lint and TFSec tools are open source tools that can be used to perform automated checks on Terraform code. They help you to identify and prevent issues, misconfiguration, and security vulnerabilities in your Terraform. So now, in today's session, we are integrating these tools into the GitHub Actions workflow to run checks on Terraform code as a part of Git CI/CD pipeline. So let's discuss about the basic terminologies in GitHub Actions. As you can see that in GitHub Action, a workflow is a set of one or more jobs that are executed in a specific order. Each job can represent a specific task or a set of tasks that needs to be executed, such as building the code, running tests, deploying to a staging environment, etc. While a job is a set of steps that are executed sequentially or parallelly. Each set, each step is a command or an action that is executed in the virtual environment of the job. Steps can be defined using various actions provided by GitHub Actions or by using other custom actions. So jobs can also be configured in parallelly. This allow multiple tasks to be executed simultaneously, which can reduce the overall execution of the workflow. So in the diagram, you can see that there can be multiple workflows which can be written parallelly. So they can run parallelly, while the jobs which are contained in the workflow, they can run parallelly even or can run sequentially also. By default, it runs parallelly, while the steps which are inside the job which runs inside, they are sequential. And this workflow is present in the directory of .github.workflows directory. So in this slide also you can see that how the GitHub workflows directory is present. It is written inside .github /workflows, and this workflow file um, is uh, is in the format of YAML format. So to create a workflow, what you need to do is you need to go into the actions in your GitHub Actions repository, choose a template, choose any of the template YAML file, or if you don't get any template file, then you just click on this, set up a workflow yourself. It will create a main.yaml file. There you can put your code. So let's quickly discuss about the pipeline step by step that what we have written. See, our repository is written in our repository name is DevOps Hub Vlogs, and the YAML file name is terraform.yaml. So the name of the workflow is create resources using Terraform, and this on command is for like whenever whenever any commits are present, we do any commits. Then on the main branch, then only this workflow will get triggered. So it is telling this. Then we can see there are two jobs which are present. This is the first job name TF Lint checks, and the another job is TFsec checks, which we will be covering today. And then we are having this runs on, which tells that this job, TF Lint checks job, will be running on Ubuntu latest environment, a virtual environment, which is given by the GitHub Actions. Then you can see there are various steps present inside the job. So the first step is for cloning the repository, GitHub repository that we have. And in the second step, we are catching plugin directory for TF Lint, and we are setting up the TF Lint. While in the next step, what we see is like we can see that it shows the TF Lint version. Then we are initializing all the plugins using the TF Lint int command. Then we are running the TF Lint command, and it is running in each directory directly recursively to check whether it is working, like it is checking whether the Terraform files are properly running or not. So, so what we have done is like we have deliberately added some errors to the TF Lint checks, as you can see in the slide, that we have added wrong instance type. Like rather than writing T2 micro, misplaced the uh, we have misplaced it, like double R is there. So what happens is like when we run that workflow, then we get this warning. It is clearly showing that T2 micro is an micro double R is an invalid value as an instance type. So by this way, you can see, you can check that whether all the checks are right or not, or all the security checks, even syntax, everything it is checked by TF. So if I go to the next slide, so what TF-sec is doing, it will, so for TF-sec, what we are doing is like, if I go to the pipeline once again, so here also, if I see, first it is doing a GitHub repository, it is checking out the GitHub repository, then it is cloning the repository and using this Aqua security TFSec action security scanner to run the TFSec tool. So for TFSec, what we have done is like it is doing security checks. The earlier was doing the syntax check. For this, it is doing security checks. So what in the CIDR block, what we have done is like we have enabled 00. So that our website or the EC2 whatever we have deployed, it is enabled to the entire world, which is not a best practice, right? So that's why it is showing a security group rules egress to multiple it is showing a critical error. Okay. So if you want to remove this error, what you need to do is like you need to remove this 00 and put your IP address or some specified IP address which you want to enable the traffic to. Or to avoid this error, you can do another thing is like you have to add the syntax tfsec ignore rule. As an example, for our case, we have to add this ID AWS to no public egress SGR. We need to add this rule here tfsec ignore AWS VPC no ingress and egress into a Terraform file. Then only we can avoid the TFSec errors, and we don't have to add, we can add that 00 thing, but we have to add these sec commands in the security file, in the Terraform file. Then only it will run all the pipelines successfully. So let me show you the actions, the workflow actions. Now you can see that after everything, the TF Lint checks is running properly and there are no errors. Like there is only warning, but there is no errors. While in the second thing also, TFSec checks also, if I run this, you can see that no problems are detected. And it has checked all the things. It is checking everything, like this parsing it, counts results, and it is showing that no problems are detected. Here also you can see that a workflow that we have created, it has two jobs present. One is TF checks and one is TFSec checks. So when this TF checks passes, then only this TFSec checks is start, like it is sequential. So this is all for the second part of the session. Thank you all.